welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Game 2 of this best-of-3 series between Vici Gaming and LGD underway. Game 1, Vici's Naga just a little bit too strong. Sylar hit critical mass, and, well, LGD just didn't have a response. I have a feeling we'll see a Naga ban this game. Nobody wants to play against that Naga Siren. We'll see how it works out as we hop into the draft here. Now, before we get into it, just a reminder, this is a single elimination bracket. Oh boy, LGD, they're one game away from elimination. If Vici can seal it out in a quick 2-0, maybe LGD can tie it up and take us to a Game 3 ace match. Let's find out. Oh, all right. So it is going to be a first pick Doom coming out of Vici Gaming here, as LGD did ban out the Naga as well as the Lycanthrope. Vici banning out the PA once again, as well as the Enchantress. So Vici are just, they're anti-PA, man. Bat Rider. And somehow or another, Bat Rider makes it all the way through. Smart second pick from LGD. Shadow Demon considered one of the quote-unquote counters to Bat Rider, at least a hero with tools in his arsenal that can help deal with the Flaming Lasso. So Shadow Demon, smart choice for them to grab as a deny pick, and also just an all-around good hero for them to grab. I think we can expect Vici to third or fourth ban out the Marana, most likely, just to avoid handing over that very easy duo. Vici did first pick Doom, though. Very strong first pick. I know a lot of players, a lot of teams, like Mr. Yanis there in the Twitch chat, a.k.a. Fogged. I know how much he hates Doom. Every time I see him, I think he talks about it, how ridiculous Doom is. So, not surprised to see him first picked here. Now, what I am a little surprised to see is LGD banning out Lycan. And this is something we've seen at kind of an increasing frequency here. Sorry, poking Fogged here on Skype. I think he's too busy for me. Sad face. But Dire Side banning Lycan. We've seen a lot more teams do this recently over the past couple days of the Western Dota that I've been covering, and to be perfectly frank, I don't really understand why. Lycan is so much scarier on the Dire side. He's okay on Radiant, still a strong hero, but Dire is where he's just redonk. That Roche control and the jungle's a little more efficient for him to farm, and just all around it usually, at least the folks that were at the summit were kind of telling me that usually it's on the Radiance plate to ban out the Lycan. And, well, it opened for a first pick Doom, but LGD got a good trade out of it. They get the Bat Rider. Vici probably got the better of it, though. Super's Brewmaster has been picked, and, well, does that really need any introduction? The Brewmaster is all the rage these days. GG indeed. Sorry, Yanis. I'm too late. I lost. We fucking lost. But, yeah, the Brewmaster. Good stuff. Good stuff. So they've got a nice, strong mid laner there, a nice initiator. Will probably be a position 1 Doom. Vici do have the Radiant side, so they could opt to offlane the Doom as well. It could be an RTK Doom. We'll see. I'm not sure if... does Sylar play Doom? I don't know. This was one of those times when having a co-caster would be awesome. But next ban's coming out. Vici will take out Chen as well as Enigma, so they will take some junglers out of the pool. And LGD ban out the Weaver first, and they're going to think about their fourth ban coming out. So still pretty open-ended on both sides of the coin. LGD have their presumably offlaner. You never know. Every so often there's a Bat Rider mid, but it's pretty assy. Pretty safe to assume he'll be in the offlane. And whoa, the Admiral picked up without a moment's hesitation. LGD know what they want to do, and well, let's throw some boats around. They're going to send them down to Davy Jones' locker. They're going to give him the old X marks the spot, Tidebringer, Torrent, Boat combo. So it will be a Kunkka in the mid lane. That's probably your rabbit hero there. The offlane Bat Rider, and then they'll need a secondary support and position 1 of sorts. I have a feeling LGD will be itching for a Marana here with their fourth pick to pair with the Shadow Demon. And a good fourth pick here as well. She can play the position 1 and can play the support role, not particularly telling, and makes that fifth ban for LGD a little bit more difficult. Why did I say LGD? The fifth ban from Vici, a little bit more difficult, because they don't know what LGD are going to do. Silencer. Oh, the silencer for Vici. Oh, here she comes. I hope this is a carry silencer. I hope this is the farming silencer going for the Ags refresher, the big ulti, the boom boom pow, super mega silence with the curse of the silent on top of it. It's disgusting. It's absurdly good. Support silencer, it's okay. It's boring. Support silencer isn't so fun, but the farming silencer, I am a big fan. The Ag Scepter upgrade is legit. It's legit as they come. Fear Dart. Look at all these pro players in chat. Why are you guys sitting in chat and not casting with me, man? I put out the BTS signal, you know, the equivalent of the bat signal, if you will. And that is the casting call. That is the please, guys, we need co-casters. We need someone to keep me company. And they all turned a blind eye. They all pretended to be busy, pretended to be asleep. Casually coming into Twitch chat. Oh, hey there. What's going on? Okay. Giannis and Clinton. Spotty dogs. The Latias. Fix your sound on Dota TV. Oh, is my Dota TV mic not open? Oh, God. That's embarrassing. Let's go ahead and... There we go. Sorry, fans. Oh, God. Yep, forgot to change that. That's on me, guys. That's on me. I can't believe no one PM'd me on Skype about that. That's one of those, I guess that means I don't have a spotter. Oh, God. Anyway, back to the draft here. Slark, 4th pick for LGD. They'll think about it, and they'll settle on the old Murloc. So not the Mirana. It could still be a 5th pick Mirana, but I have a feeling Vici will be looking to ban it out here. A nice position 1 Slark to go with their Shadow Demon. LGD could also potentially pick a Dazzle here. The Dazzle Shadow Demon support duo is just so potent. It's pretty damn good. Remaining. I am Shadow Shaman. Vici. Interesting. I haven't seen too much Shadow Shaman recently. There's been a couple games where I thought he was fit into the draft well, and he's sort of fallen out of style. Part of the problem with Shadow Shaman is he's very slow. He's slow and steady, and if he gets jumped upon, he's dead meat. But we'll give Vici a little bit of pushing power. We'll give them some crowd controls. I think it's going to be the farming silencer, but Reserve time. I have a feeling Vici will need another support.
5 seconds remaining.
Oh, God. The 2-minute delay. Always fun. All right, so LGD are under the impression that this is a support silencer, so they will ban out the Luna. Afraid that Vici are looking for a hard carry. I'm not totally convinced. I'm not sold. I think we're looking at an offlane Doom, position 1 silencer, and another support, but we'll see. We'll see. Only time will tell. There's that 5th ban Mirana from Vici that I was talking about. See, I think if they wanted to go Slark Mirana, they could have picked the Mirana here, and Slark is not the obvious 5th pick for LGD. There are a lot of other heroes they could have gone for with that setup. Luna could have been one of them. You could do something like a Centaur if you want a crazy killing lane. I'm really curious about this 5th pick from Vici. And LGD, I'm thinking it's a Dazzle. Dazzle is the obvious choice here, but they could also go for a Rubik. Rubik always good against Doom as well as Brew, and even Shadow Shaman. There's a lot of good spells available here for a Rubik to steal. Not the most synergy between him and Shadow Demon, but oh, it's the support Kunkka. Holy Toledo, I was way off, folks. There we go. Support Kunkka, ladies and gentlemen. So Kunkka and Shadow Demon will be the roaming duo. They'll have the Viper in the mid lane, the off lane Bat Rider, then that position 1 Slark for LGD. So all right, good stuff here. The support Kunkka is pretty scary, especially when you have the Shadow Demon. It's free torrents all day. You can do some pretty cheeky stuff with the X marks the spot, send people back to fill up their bottles, and all sorts of fun stuff. So pretty exciting for LGD. Remaining. Vici Gaming, it's a Nature's Prophet final pick. So, okay, yep, there you go. Sylar playing the silencer. So glad I mentioned that one because he's going to be in the position 1. Uh-oh, now I'm getting PMs from Maud. Uh-oh, I put out the BTS flare and the BTS signal. Now everyone's coming calling. Looks like everyone's just watching, thinking they could get away with it. Oh, God. Oh, they actually, no, they switch it up. Okay, Sylar grabs the Nature's Prophet. Bummer. Well, that's still exciting. Sylar Nature's Prophet is cool. But, oh, man, I wanted to see that farming silencer. Or am I just crazy? I could have sworn I saw silencer on grabbed by Sylar. So, okay. Vici Gaming doing things a little bit differently. Both teams actually switching it up a little bit with those last picks. So, Let's introduce some rosters here on the Radiant side. We've got Vici Gaming. They're up 1-0 in this best-of-3 series. 1 game away from moving on to the next round, and also 1 game away from eliminating LGD altogether. It will be Super playing on the Brewmaster. He will end up in the mid lane. Fenrir playing on the Shadow Shaman. My eyes are playing tricks on me. It's going to be Silent on the facepalm. It's going to be Sylar on the Silencer. That's a mouthful. So it will be a farming silencer, very exciting. FY playing on the Nature's Prophet, and that puts ROTK on the Doom. So, well, I don't know. I thought Super was going to head to the mid, but this is just funky. 5-man smoke from LGD, though. They're hungry for blood. They've got a great level 1 squad, and they want to use it. Uh-oh. Will they find Sylar? Oh, no. Sylar. It's a Sylar sandwich. Disruption to start things off. Torrent to follow up. Easiest first blood that LGD has found this side of the Mississippi. Shadow Demon grabs the bonus gold, and their first smoke rendered completely successful as Silencer bites the bullet and takes a first-class ticket back to the grave. So, alright, LGD, their initial smoke proved successful. They don't drop any wards along the way, except this bad daddy right here. Oh, look at these cutie pies. Nothing in the jungle, so not too worried about blocking the pull camps here. Oh, look at this little courier. Oh my god, it's adorable. The scuttling Scotty. How have I never seen this? Oh god. NPL. Alright, so. Oh, Yao. He's going to pull the lane here. Look at this Bat Rider. This little cheekster. Wow. So, okay, Super will go to the mid lane on the old Brewmaster. ROTK heads to the off lane, and FY is just going to straight jungle the Nature's Prophet. Very interesting. Not too often you see the level 1 jungling Prophet, but Vici will go for it here. A much greedier option, but if they can get away with it, will prove positive dividends. 2 clarities. I have a feeling that means a Midas Rush, but usually if it's a Midas Rush, you'll see... nope, okay, not the Midas Rush. He was just saving for a Blades of Attack and another clarity. So it will be a Phase Boots Rush, then probably a Midas after that. Interesting stuff from FY here. Let's introduce our dire side, though. LGD up in the top lane. We've got a safe lane try. DDC playing on the Shadow Demon. Once again here, Rabbit will be on the position 1 Slark, and DD will be on the support Gunka. Oh, he's got the little pipe, too. Oh, that's a cool little cosmetic there. Ye old pipe. All right. In the mid lane, Lin going to be playing on the Viper up against Super's Brewmaster, and in the off lane, that does leave them with Yao playing on the Bat Rider. Off to a decent start himself. 2 CS under the belt, but has at least been able to grab level 2, and that's part of the battle. On the dire side, things are difficult, and Vici aren't really zoning him out too effectively, as they do have the dedicated jungler, but not the easiest time here for the Bat Rider. He's got no vision into the jungle right here, so if he doesn't have eyes on the other supports, there's always that potential that somebody could be sneaking on over and making his life a little more difficult. So, they're a little scary.
Too bad for you.
Silencer doing all right out of the gate. 9-3 Sylar, not in free farm heaven, but still has a lot of room to farm down here in the safe lane. Wow, he might actually find a kill onto Yao. Not enough damage, but gets him really low. 35 hit points. Yao forced the TP out. The Shadow Shaman is inbound, but Fenrir won't find the opening. And Bat Rider sent right back home. Super in some trouble here, though. The double smoke from LGD, DD, and DDC. The dubious duo roaming about. Disruption, they're already level 2. Soul Catcher is inbound. Super takes an auto attack from Viper. Soul Catcher, Torrent coming in. ROTK rotates his way over. FY comes in as well. Super's going to be okay. Maybe Vici can turn this around. DDC taking a lot of damage. Lin taking some pretty heavy damage as well, as even Fenrir rotates. The Hex coming out onto Lin. Viper to fall. Can they bring him down? Meanwhile, on the other side, Doom actually overcommits. ROTK. Oh, no. Vici with a little miscommunication there. The Doom went hard onto the Shadow Demon, got kited into the trees. The rest of the team was going for Lin. They couldn't secure either kill and ends up just being a singleton death. So LGD, they find the better of it. Still a great reaction from Vici. It looked like they were going to be able to turn that around and possibly grab a 2-for-0 exchange. End of the day, they keep their mid alive, which is something. But ROTK takes an unfortunate spill. He does have a War Stomp, has already eaten up one of those Centaurs. And he just goes back to farming.
Denied.
So in the mid, Lin doing all right, 13-3 against the 16-1 Brewmaster. Super's Brewmaster, rather notorious for being very powerful, and already level 5, so well on his way to that primal split. No points in the Drunken Haze. One of these matchups where I think the Drunken Haze could actually be worthwhile. You see different brew players do different builds. Some like that second point in Drunken Brawler to get that little bit of extra crit chance and dodge, and others all about that first point in Drunken Haze. Of course, some of it has to do with that mid matchup. Heroes like Puck and other spell farmers, the Drunken Haze is pretty useless, but especially against melee heroes, the Drunken Haze very, very helpful in just the lane presence in the mid. Regeneration Rune will be denied from Super. It is the Bat Rider that picks it up, but still, I think the Drunken Haze is okay against Viper. You know, Viper, all he can do is auto attack, so it's decent, but to each his own. DD and DDC at it again. They're smoked up, headed up top. Looks like they're hungry for ROTK, but he's privy to it. They may have actually smoked under a ward here. There is a Radiant ward with a lot of good vision, and could just be dumb luck that ROTK is rotating out right as they smoke. I didn't see exactly where they smoked, but he will rotate. And this smoke gank from LGD will be unsuccessful. Yao rotating his way around the jungle. Fenrir will bump right into him. And Firefly comes down. Fenrir thought he may look for a fight with that shackle, but no, won't go for it. Sylar, the last hit leader, though. 32 CS under his belt. And now pretty much in free farm heaven. 1,500 gold already. Hasn't purchased a damn thing. And I reckon that means he's considering... Whoa. Whoa, ho, ho. Dyer's courier has been killed. Where's my courier key? Oh no, someone was on my computer. My courier key's not set. Son of a bitch. I never changed it after the summit. Oh no. Well, Dyer's courier got picked off, and now FY. He's about to go down shortly after. Looks like he'll take a tumble. It is DD that grabs that one. Ah ha ha, says Kunka. Spotty fuck. Well, LGD off to a decent start here. They've actually not got the golden experience lead. They have the hero kill advantage, but Vici are just finding the better of the farm. Sylar is just racking up the last hits. He is the #1 farmer by a decent bit here. Having the Nature's Prophet in the jungle just opens up so much more efficiency. They've got 2 solo lanes, and of course FY is finding all that farm in the jungle. It will be a Midas first for Silencer. So now Sylar level 6, and he is just going to go hard farming. 6-minute Midas, just about on point. Pretty darn speedy. ROTK almost level 5. He's farming okay. 10 CS, not great, but has more than the Bat Rider level-wise. Actually doing slightly better than him as well. Though things are about to change as Bat Rider takes out this big fatty stack here at the hard camp. His support's been doing a good job. Looks like double Satyrs, and you have a nice 4 stack there. And Bat Rider well on his way to a Blink Dagger. And that's about 950 gold sitting in the old savings account there. Lin going for a mech straight away on the Viper. Pretty standard stuff. Super is now level 6. Double damage rune bottled up. Pulling up gold for a Blink, no doubt. 1,300 gold. And again, well on his way as well. FY looking for a hand of Midas. So Vici, they are going greed mode here. Double Midas with a Doom and has Devour. And a dedicated jungler. Doesn't really get too much greedier than that, folks. And with that, Vici will smoke up. Move into the Dire Ancients. Uh-oh, they'll find the Bat Rider. No Blink Dagger quite yet. Super without a Blink. Has no way to initiate. Doom, not level 6. And this smoke may get rendered unsuccessful. Oh, what a misplay from Yao. He gets caught by the Hex. Shackles come out. And that's an easy kill. Ultimate from the Silencer to secure it. And now they'll just be able to start pressuring this Tier 1 tower. Bat Rider saw him coming. He revealed the smoke. He should have been safe, but just stepped too far forward. Got a little bit too cheeky. And it'll cost him. This will also be a Tier 1 tower kill. Glyph comes out. Disruption out onto Super. He still has the double damage rune on. Rabbit straight in the middle of the fight. Will be able to drop the Doom. Tower has fallen. There's your primal split. A lot of damage on these heroes. Rabbit will definitely go down. Tornado out on the Viper. And I think he'll be hard-pressed to survive this one. The Bat Rider does get picked off around the backside. But we're looking at Lin here. The Boulder Toss comes out. That secures the kill. Another Tornado now on the Shadow Demon. It's a massacre. Roast them and toast them. It's a fucking shake and bake in the bottom lane. LGD on the back foot. DDC trying to make the great escape. Looks like he'll survive, but it won't come for free. LGD looking like they may lose 2 towers out of this trade. And Vici starting to look like they might be able to take a quick game here. Blink Dagger on the Courier. It was just purchased, not stuck on the Courier, but Super will be able to grab his Blink following that. They don't get the Tier 2 tower, but they get it damn low. Oh boy. Now things looking rough for LGD. 3,000 gold, 3,000 experience lead for Vici. Is Doom going for a Midas as well? Oh my Lanta. Is this going to be Ultra Greed? Triple Midas? Oh god. That hurts with a 3,000 gold lead already. A Silencer who's free farming with the 6-minute Midas, and then more Midas on top of that. How are LGD going to handle it? That is ridiculous. We'll see. Maybe there'll be Maelstroms. You never know. Into Mjolnirs. It's very possible. The double Mjolnir is a thing that happens. But the blink on Brewmaster is what's scary. A 9-minute blink. Look at it right here. Right onto Lin. ROTK drops the ultimate. This is just an easy kill. Disruption comes out. That buys him some time, but to what avail? Maybe a deny. Oh, definitely a deny. Well played by DDC. Great setup there. Now ROTK on the run. Stacking up that Shadow Poison. Only 2 stacks so far. Make it 3. But ROTK will make it out. Super just sipping up that bottle. Still 35 seconds before the ultimate. Great play from DDC right there. The Viper still takes a tumble, so Vici ultimately get what they came for. But LGD do minimize their losses. How's the Silencer doing? Sylar, straight for the Ags. Look at that. Point booster, baby. That's what it's all about. And the Ags on Silencer is no joke. It's pretty ridiculous. Of course, if you're unaware, it adds a Curse of the Silent when he pops the ultimate, but you're thinking, oh, Curse of the Silent's not that great, but level 4 Curse of the Silent is pretty scary. It lasts for 6 seconds. You get 4 out of the 6 seconds if you only have the level 1 ultimate. You'll probably have the level 2 ultimate by the time the Ags comes out. So it's a lot of damage that comes out on the entire team. Once you get the refresher, oh, God. And the crazy part is they stack. Oh, God, you can do a double Curse of the Silent. Talk about dirty. Oh, man. So Sylar will certainly be a force to be reckoned with. This position 1 Silencer is no joke. FY, not going to be the Maelstrom. Ends up with the double Midas. And Doom, what are we looking at here? If he wants the Midas, he'll have it in about 100 gold, so we'll see. Triple Midas. Midas Gaming is back. The hand of money. Rolling in the bills. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, yeah, looking for a kill here. Only 1,100 gold up on him. That last fight really slowing down that blink timing. Super. Has a haste rune in the bottle. Ultimate at the ready. Just zoning out LGD. They are so scared of this Brewmaster right now. Oh, look at this. Rost Awards. All these Treants. The little M&M babies here. That'll be a dead tier 1 tower in the mid lane. 2-0 total tower count. But Vici, they're not going to stop there. They recognize LGD. Don't have a lot of creep clear. There is a boat for Kunkka. X marks the spot into Torrent. But meanwhile, up in the front line, Shadow Demon just gets completely dropped. Doom ultimate comes out onto Lin. DD TP's in. Gets hit by the Shackle. There's the ultimate from the Silencer. They'll finish off the Viper. Now around the backside, DD in some trouble. The right click's coming down. It'll be a 3-0. And now this tower under heavy assault. That was sort of like 3 mini fights all breaking out at once. But Vici Gaming come out way ahead. Super goes back into Panda form. And yeah, they'll just start chopping away at this tower. I don't know that they'll get this tier 2 tower kill, but that's okay. Vici just have complete control of this game. I mean, just look at the item difference here. Rabbit, he went for a recovery Midas. Ooh. That's going to be rough. This is one of these situations where that's nice you got a Midas there, Slark, but your 1 Midas is not much compared to the 3 of Vici. And Slark not really known for his hard carry power. Certainly not the worst hard carry, but not the strongest. And it's not like a Naga where, okay, you know, your team can suffer for you to get free farm and you'll eventually be able to pick up the team on your back and carry them up the mountain to victory. Slark, not quite that powerful. His power is more in the pickoffs, and it's going to be a little while before that Midas kicks in. And that's scary. That's a huge window of opportunity for Vici. Even though that sounds weird to say with 3 Midas, I'd normally be saying, oh, wow, you know, 3 Midas, they're going to have to sit back and farm. They're not going to be able to be too aggressive, but fuck that noise. They've got a Brewmaster. They've got some Rost Awards, some Treants. They don't need to sit back. They can keep on team fighting. Looks like FY, he'll just go straight into a Necro Book. He's got the Belt of Strength. He'll take up a little bit. And he'll start knocking down those towers. Silencer, actually pretty damn close to that Ags. Only about 1,100 gold away, which is pretty scary. We're looking at like maybe a 16, 17-minute Ag Scepter, depending on how many towers they knock down between now and then. Doom well on his way to a BKB. Fenrir already with Arcane Boots. Super, he's going for an Ags as well. Point booster up, and still a ways off the last few items, but starting to tank up a bit. Now LGD will respond by pressuring the mid lane. They're being cheeky here. They do have 2 heroes smoked up, the 2 supports. It will expire as they chip away at this tower. Vici popped their glyph, and it looks like they'll be happy to trade tier 1 for tier 1. Not too concerned about giving LGD a little bit of space on the map. They might even be able to take out this tower and then port to the mid and defend if they're so inclined. FY will get scattered out in the jungle. Top tier 1 falls. Plenty of hit points on this tier 1 in the mid. They will TP to the tier 2. Glyph has already been used. Vici will try to make a hold. Doom has the ultimate available. Oh, this could be disastrous for LGD. 2 TPs coming into the tower. Rabbit takes the Doom ultimate to the face. Super comes in. Boat flies through. They get the Coco Rum. That'll buy him some time. Rabbit still destined to fall. Slark gets picked off around the backside. No, that's another fight. Oh, God, the silencer. He'll finish him off, and... Oh, God, yeah. This is just a disaster. Where did the Slark die? Oh, he died over here. I was tunnel visioning. I'm sorry. That's my bad. But, yeah, the silence is just... Oh, God. He didn't even pop his ultimate. What? God, what was I looking at there? I was looking at the Doom and the boat. I got distracted by the ghost ship, guys. Sorry, that one's on me. The outcome is the same. Vici grab a 2-0. They get the tier 2 tower in the mid lane. And, yeah, they just trade a couple of their ultimates. But they still have silence. They still have primal split. And they'll have Rost awards in 40 seconds. So that was a pretty convincing fight with basically just a Doom ulti. Oh, God. It's starting to feel a little over for LGD, gang. Rabbit, you are in deep, deep doo-doo. The silence, they even burned the ultimate for this. RTK coming forward. FY, he comes in. And Slark playing Ring Around the Rosie. Might be able to grab a kill on FY. He tries to TP out. Shadow Dance. That's a dead Nature's Prophet. So Rabbit probably gets more than he was hoping for there. A 1-for-1 trade. Not too shabby. But there's your Ags out on Sylar. And look at that. Increases the duration. Applies the current level of Curse of the Silent to all enemy heroes. Ouch, Chihuahua. Doesn't help the cooldown, though. Still, 2-minute long cooldown there. Eh, not too bad. Considering how powerful it is, I feel like if it was any shorter silencer, it would be ridiculous. They still have the Primal Split available. It is now level 11. Shadow Demon scouting it out with the poison there. Blink up on the Bat Rider. They go straight in onto Lin, though. Ghost Ship flies through, applies some of the rum. Yao looking for a lasso. He finds one, but to what avail? Lin still in big trouble. ROTK taking some return damage to Flame Break. Not enough, though. Bat Rider falls. First to go down, Viper shortly after. ROTK will get finished off by Rabbit as he comes back to the fight. Super goes back into Brew form, and he's just going to go ham. He finishes off the Shadow Demon. DD in trouble. He'll be the next to fall. Rabbit, the only one left alive. It's a 1-for-4. It's a bloody massacre here at the last remaining outer tower. Strike that, the second to last remaining outer tower. There is still the tier 2 in the bottom lane, but Rost awards come down, Glyph comes out, and Vici, they take another very convincing team fight here. What can LGD do? They're just not in fighting form yet. Vici have been bringing the fight to them this entire game, and at this point, the gold graph is just out of control. There's such an item difference that LGD are feeling the burn. Look at the inventories. They've got a Blink Dagger, a Mech, and a Hand of Midas. I guess you could count the drums. That's about it. Meanwhile, Vici have Ag Scepter, Blink, almost another Ag Scepter, almost a BKB, FY, already with the Necro Book. Oh, God. This is devastation. Blink Dagger now up on the Shadow Shaman. Hello, Initiation. And Rabbit. Double damage rune on. Not that he can do a hell of a lot. Well, so what can LGD do here to start turning things around? And I don't know what the answer is to that question. They need to do something crazy, like smoke into Roche. I don't know that an Aegis would be enough to turn things around. They just don't have any damage right now. That's their problem. I mean, Viper, he's got a mech. He doesn't really hit particularly hard. He's like their finisher. Kunkka, he's support. He doesn't do shit. I mean, he's got a boat. It does some damage, but they don't really have great setup for the boat. Except for the disruption, but they can't even use the disruption aggressively because they're the ones getting initiated upon. So it's almost always a defensive disruption coming out from DDC, and it's not even his fault. I mean, he does have 3 points in the Shadow Poison, trying to do more damage, but only so much a lone Shadow Demon can do. Bat Rider, he got his blink just too late. That failed team fight down here, where Vici, like that first big team fight, oh, it happened right about here. That was just disastrous. It slowed down the Bat Rider's blink timing so much, and that just ruined LGD's tempo control. Now Vici coming forward. That's the end of the outer towers now. They may trade a tier 1 in the top, but they'll be okay with that. They're just going to press forward, and Vici are happy to break high ground. Let's see this fight. Ultimate count. There are your Rost awards. They do have a Doom available. Yep, they've got them all. This tower in big trouble. No Glyph available for LGD. Tower already at half health. Doom will get X'd, but DDC, he gets initiated upon right away. There's the ultimate from the Silencer. DDC will fall to the Wrath of Time, I think. Yep, certainly will. And the rest of LGD completely repelled to the well. Such easy racks for Vici. Tower's already gone down. And this will be the first lane of racks here at only a 19-minute mark. Panda presses forward. Will throw out a tornado onto the Slark. Looking for Yao, but nope, blinks back to safety. Lasso's still online. maybe looking for a kill, but Vici will just retreat. That's it. They get a kill and a Rax, and they'll back out. Well, looks like this was a value bet, folks. Wow, that's it. LGD, they say they're donezo. GG, well played. They could have hung in there a little bit longer, but I don't really see a good reason as to why. That was rough stuff, man. Bad bombing. Vici Gaming looking fierce. The Sylar Silencer, ladies and gentlemen. Position 1 Silencer. It is scary. Darn tootin'. 3-0-11 on the Brewmaster and 5-1-7 on the Silencer. Just complete demolition. LGD did a really good job in the early game setting up kills. They started out 3-0. They got that first blood and their first smoke into the jungle, but Vici just went ultra greed mode, triple Midas, and they started out with a Nature's Prophet in the jungle. It's just ridiculously greedy, and Vici got away with it. Silencer, free farmed in the safe lane. Nature's Prophet, free farmed in the jungle. Brewmaster had a fine time mid, broke even with the Viper, no problem. And Doom did okay in the offlane, about as good as an offlane Doom is going to do. And it was really all about that first team fight, stopping the Bat Rider from getting his Blink Dagger. They needed that Bat Rider to have an early Blink. That was the key facet of the LGD strategy here. They needed some way to control the tempo. They needed to be the initiators, not the initiatees. And Bat Rider's unfortunate blink timing made that an impossibility. So, guys, that was our first best of 3 of the night, and actually a very short best of 3. I'm actually shocked. That's like the quickest BO3 of Chinese Dota I've ever casted. So I am Zyori, slated to solo cast the first series today. Blaze will be joining me for the second best of 3 coming up tonight. I believe it is scheduled to start at 2 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. Right now it is 12:15, so that's like an hour and a half away until our next game. There is some other Chinese Dota. We may hop around a little bit and see if there's like a singleton game we can cast during the downtime, but our schedule's all over the place. Our priority tonight is WVW and GEST. There is also a C-Deck tournament going on, and that is a lower priority for us, but we'll see what's going on. Thank you for joining us here, guys, and I will have an update for y'all with where we're going next on the stream, but certainly it will be DK versus HGT coming up in about an hour and a half, if nothing else. So thanks for joining us, and we'll be back for more Chinese Dota on this fine evening.